Go. Hi everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics, and we're at the Ottawa Comiccon today, and we're speaking with awesome artist Geof Isherwood. He's a local from Ottawa, and he's got a long resume of stuff. Hi Geof, how are you today?
Great. Let's looking around. Yeah, getting better.
That's good. It's actually it's going to be quite busy by the looks of outside. So
it will be, yeah.
So what made you interested in comic books when you were younger?
Just love storytelling. I love the characters. Love the colorful presentation, the larger than life aspects, all of that. The humor, that too.
Mm-hmm. And what led you to wanting to draw for comics? I know you do writing, and I know you do a lot of drawing because I've seen a lot of your work over the years.
I had an interest in figure drawing when I was little. I'm not sure specifically where that came from, but I wanted to learn as much as I could, and I thought, where's a way to make a living doing it? And as a child, foolishly, I thought, hey, I could draw comic books.
Very nice.
It's not my drawing, but
Yeah.
it's just the idea of some trades that my work is in. I just thought, I looked at the credits, looked like really fun people to work with, and just thought, yeah, I want to do this. And it was that kind of child's mentality that really set the tone, and I just got better and better and found out, yeah, there is an option, a possibility to get into this industry, and I just kept pushing for it. I kept drawing and learning and pushing.
Awesome. Who did you break in with?
With Marvel. I was in Montreal living there, and hey, hold on, pause for a second. So, I should put that here. Everything in this book, posters are $5 poster blowout. So much cheaper than usual. So I'm having them for $5. And you can flip through the book if you want to see what I have. It's all yours. Or if you want a drawing or something, that's available too. Okay. So, and then came Darren.
I was actually just going to say, I'm going to get a sandwich. Do you want anything?
Nah, I'm good for now. No, I did a few indie kind of things in Montreal for a couple of years, and finished my university education at Concordia. Got a Bachelor of Fine Arts, which is not comics, but I learned a lot of things that I could apply to comics.
Well, in that sort of a degree, you would learn things like lettering, for example, and like calligraphy? Or would
For
you...
fine arts, no, I was doing painting classes. I did
see.
Sculpture class, printmaking, figure drawing. The best part, of course, was life drawing class with a model.
Yes.
And drawing a real person, that's much better than working from photographs.
Yes.
Which a lot of people, that's all they have available. But seeing your model in 3D right in front of you is good, because you can look around, you can sort of you can figure out foreshortening better, all kind of things that way. So, and just learn to draw naturalistically, so that it's doesn't look false or manufactured as much. I just find if you have a bit more of a naturalistic feel for gesture, then the characters will be more authentic and more credible and more believable, and so you'll be able to get their actions across more succinctly.
Very, very, very cool. I've seen I own some of your recent work in terms of the Savage Sword of Conan magazine series, and I had seen some of the work you've done on that at previous, and I see you brought it.
Here are some pages.
Oh, wonderful!
So that's the second part of the story.
Oh, these are beautiful.
So I have most of the issues. I've sold a few pages, but not many. But so this is the original art, and it's a little wider. It's the same height of original art, but it's a bit wider because of the magazine format. It's printed a bit wider, so I was able to draw everything a bit larger. And so, you get this kind of thing happening.
These are amazing pieces. When I saw them at the shop, they were like, oh man, I wish I had that kind of money.
So there you go. Yeah.
So, are you finished with that Conan run, or do you get a chance to do some more work for them?
I drew the 2 issues. I have a couple of covers which I have done, and one's for Savage Sword, one is for, I think, the regular series, and I have a pinup that I haven't gotten to yet. I have another one, but I'm working on a comic with Sarah Frazetta.
Nice.
That's Frank's granddaughter.
Yes, I believe she's one of the Frazetta girls on YouTube.
Yes.
They have a channel. So.
Well, Frazetta Girls is her and her mother, Holly.
Yes.
Those 2. So anyway, she appears on YouTube, and she does a lot of talk about Grandpa, and her partner Joe Weber. They do a lot of merchandising. So,
right.
And also she's involved in the Fire and Ice comic.
That's another one that I've been buying.
Yeah.
So
Leo Manco's been drawing that. He's doing a terrific job. I really love those. And so she's doing one of the. If anyone has seen Fire and Ice, the fellow running the glaciers and trying to steamroll the rest of the world, his name is Necron.
Yes.
And so I'm doing the story of how he came to be.
Oh, very cool. That would be. I love evil origin stories.
Yeah. So in fact, it's more about his mother, Juliana, and we cooked up. I have to say, well, the idea is that Sarah wrote the whole thing first, and she introduced some elements that were unknown to the franchise originally, and sent it over to me, and she had also a page breakdown, what happens on each page, and from there I fleshed it out really. I kind of expanded and made sure actions were understood throughout, and who's doing what and why and all that, and pushing the dramatic element. So we've kind of co-written it. We've had a lot of back and forth in the last few weeks, and so that book is entirely roughed out. 28 pages. It's 28
Very nice.
pages going to be Dynamite's going to publish this
Oh,
one.
yes. I'm looking forward to that now that you say that.
And so once this weekend is over, I'm going to get into penciling and, doing the art for it, actually, yeah. Pencil ink and probably the color as well.
Very cool.
Color, and so, we have real control over the whole thing.
Look at this piece.
That's from Lincoln 16. That's a scary kind of picture. But, yeah, so that's what I'm doing right now. As for Conan, I have 4 stories written and submitted, so waiting to see if they've got some room to publish those. At one point, Savage Sword was looking at going monthly, but it has not, so they only have so many pages, and so the idea is that it's supposed to be an anthology book anyway with rotating artists. So
still, the fact that you were able to work for that, it's got to be pretty cool. I'm a big Conan fan myself, so.
I had met the couple of editors at the New York Comiccon. This would be 2 years ago. So that's how I got involved there. They said, we'd love you to do some work for us. It's like, okay, let's do it. So they said, would you like covers, pin-ups? And I said, I want interiors. I want to draw full stories. And so I wasn't expecting a lot, maybe like 10, 12 pages. Then I get an email, we've got a 48-page story, and in fact it's 2 parts, 2 48-page stories, and I'll draw the whole thing, just send me the script. And Jason Aaron wrote those, and it's King Conan, and that worked out really well. It was quite fun, and I got along great with Jason, and we had a really good time doing it.
Yeah, for those that don't know, that was Savage Sword of Conan 5 and 6, right?
That's correct. Plus, there's also a trade of Savage Sword. It's the second trade paperback from Titan, and so both stories are included in that. So if you get the trade, also you can read the whole thing in one shot.
Thank you very much for taking time to speak to us today, Geof.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it very much, and I hope you have continued success.
Well, that's what we hope for. Just keep drawing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics, and today we're sitting here with Anthony Ruttgaizer, who, it's Gazer, right?
Yeah.
Yes, awesome.
I'd have stopped you.
Oh no, I finally got one right. He has been a comic artist for a bit. Yesterday I had the wonderful opportunity to buy a Supergirl sketch off him, and also I picked up a copy of this Heroes Homeroom C comic that I've seen on YouTube before. Can you tell me a little bit about the background of the Homeroom C book?
Okay, Heroes of Homeroom C is the story of twin 12-year-old superheroes who lose their powers and their parents send them back to public school, where they find all kinds of new trouble to get into. And these are the very last copies of Volume 1. We're going to do a new edition of Volume 1. Nick Bradshaw's doing a cover for it, but we're currently working on Volume 2. We're doing 2 and 3 back-to-back, so next year should have the complete 3-volume set by the end of 2026.
Wonderful. So is that just the plan? Is just three volumes?
That's the plan, unless somebody comes along and says, "Geez, we need more." I think the plan is for 3 volumes. It's each volume is a complete story, beginning, middle, and end, and those 3 volumes would be a complete overall story of the Hathaway twins.
There we go. It's an awesome looking book. I have to say that. I flipped through it last night briefly. I'm going to read it in more detail when I finally can find 5 minutes.
My artist is a fellow named Carlos Granda from Colombia, and he does terrific work. I actually exchanged emails with him last night. He sent me 2 more inked pages.
Very nice.
And Volume 2 is coming along quite nicely. I'm very pleased. One of my favorite things about writing comics is when I turn a script over to an artist and then I start seeing the pages show up in my email, and it's like Christmas every morning to get a new page and see my words turned into sequential art.
That's awesome. Now, what was it that inspired you to get into comic books?
The very first comic I ever bought with my own money was Wolverine #1. I was 11 years old.
Good choice.
I was 11 years old and had some coins in my pocket and went to the corner store when you could still get comics at a corner store. And just I saw the cover. My friends were into comics, and I decided I need this. I want to try this, and loved it enough that I went back the next day and bought an X-Men comic, and it was everything I loved, man. It was, it was. You know what? It was like a new Star Wars every month. I didn't have to wait 3 years for the next movie.
Yes.
So yeah, comics quickly became an obsession.
That actually is why I used to buy Star Wars, because it was like, well, here's a monthly comic about Star Wars. I don't have to wait for the movie. Let's see what else they do.
Yeah.
How did you get your start? Like, how did you decide to where did you get into?
I had friends in high school, and that I'm sure lots of kids out there gather in little groups and make up characters, make up stories, and dream of making comics. When it was time for me to go to college, I ended up in animation because it was the closest thing I could find to comics, and it wasn't close enough. So I left school and tried to start writing on my own, and this is the early 90s, and didn't know my head from a hole in the ground, and didn't get to where I wanted to be, and left it alone for many years. But I had so many friends who were making comics, so many friends who were in the industry, that it's almost 15 years ago now.
Wow.
I was going brain dead at a day job and decided I'd start writing again. And the first person I told was Lee Moder, who had been a friend of mine since I met him in San Diego in '93. I said, I'm going to start writing again. He said, yeah. A few days later, I called him again and I said, I got an idea. You're going to draw it. He said, okay.
Nice.
And he helped me develop what became the first hero. This was my very first comic.
Oh, very nice.
And I've just kept going. And now, in 2025, I'm finally trying to do this full time. We're working on Homeroom C Volume 2. I'm working on a one-shot that's almost finished called The Last Mammal on Earth. I have 2 other graphic novels long-form graphic novels that I want to do, middle grade stories. I have a couple of one-shot comics that I'm thinking about drawing myself. So this is as I age, as I move towards my golden years, this is what I want to do full time. So
That's an actual wonderful sentiment. So for anybody out there trying to break into the comics industry, do you have any advice?
Sure. Just create. I mean, if you are a penciler, an inker, the best thing you can do is actually create pages. If you need to partner with a friend who writes, or if you want to look up script samples online, there's a whole archive of actual published scripts that have become comics, and they're online. You can find them. And draw. Don't be afraid of sequential pages. Don't be afraid of backgrounds. I'm drawing a lot of sketch covers these days as I try to ramp up my skill again. But soon I have to start drawing backgrounds, 2 and 3 point perspective, and be able to tell an entire story, not just the action of the guy with the weapon, but create samples. Come to shows like this, Ottawa Comiccon or Fan Expo Canada, and show them around Artist Alley. And if you are polite and sincere, most creators will, if they can, will lend you a bit of their time and give you a critique and give you some advice. So do the thing, and don't talk about it, do it.
Anthony, thank you very much for spending some time with us today.
Thank you.
My name's Matt. I like comics, and I hope you do too.